Hey y'all, Papa Smith out here, and I've been working hard in the garden. Got a garden update for you guys. So without any further ado, let's get right to it. Before I get too far into the update, just need to apologize. I feel like I've done this for a couple videos now in a row, but I want to apologize for not having so much content out. Just been a really rough year for me, mostly because I've been trying to expand the garden and I've not been able to focus on other things. And we'll get to that throughout the video actually today. First thing I want to talk about that I've been trying to do is the fencing that is finally all the way around. You guys can probably see that. Goes all the way around. The only thing I need to do with the fencing is that in a couple spots, like there's one spot right over here where it doesn't quite meet the ground. It's not quite low enough. So I need to put a fencing stake there and hammer that down, get that really secure so that groundhogs don't go under it. And I'm saying groundhogs specifically because I've seen the groundhog, and there's a little bit, you can see that leaf there completely eaten off. You can there's more damage on this one. All those torn up leaves and missing leaves, that's all groundhog damage. So luckily I haven't had any fruits yet for him to destroy, but the plants also need those leaves obviously to photosynthesize and do what they need to do with that. So at any rate, that's been a bit disappointing. That's one of the struggles I've had, which is why I've been working hard trying to get that fence up. So that's one issue I've had. The other issue that I've had, and you guys can see them, are the weeds. Again, because I've been trying to get the beds ready and get the fencing up, I've not done a really good job of mulching or keeping weeds away from the garden space. And so there's actually quite a few spots of weeds here, particularly in these beds, because I didn't get to these today. I spent all of my time on all of those beds down there, and they're a lot cleaner than they were when I first started. So, but anyways, back to the garden here. The squashes are looking okay, other than the damage there. And this one over here in the corner actually gave me a small little fruit. I'm going to take a look to see if there's anything else growing on it. There isn't, but you can see underneath where it's ready to flower and fruit an awful lot. You can see all those different little heads there. So I'm excited for this particular plant here, but the other two don't look like they're too far off in this bed. This one I think is the yellow squash, if I remember correctly, in this row, in bed number 2. And they're just a little bit slower, but sorry, there was a fly there that was on my hand. Sorry about the wind sound there. But at any rate, I think that's what's going on in this bed. They'll be a little bit slower. These are starting to vine out a lot. These are the butternuts. And I even got a new one, which was fun for me to find. Way down here. This guy's starting to get going. So this whole area is going to get covered vine-wise. And I actually want to put a little bit of a trellis. I think I'm going to do like a hoop-style trellis. So start on this end and whoop, hoop it over, and do that in several spots all over, and have the vines go up and over the hoops, and then the fruits will kind of hang underneath the hoops there. So it should be a really really good way for the plants, for me to expand the garden space, use a little bit of the vertical space in the area and that sort of thing. So that's what's going on there. In this bed, it looks very weed-ish, and there are a few weeds in here, but a lot of what looks like weeds are actually flowers. I don't know what kind of flowers they are. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But there's all different sorts of flowers. There's another one. See, that's getting bigger. So they haven't flowered yet, but that's what's going on here. It's like a big pollinator strip that I put right in the middle of the garden. We'll see how well that works for the fall time plants, because that's what I'm getting ready to get going here pretty soon. So next bed over. This is where I planted a whole bunch of chive seedlings, so you don't see a whole lot going on yet, but if I get really close, not this over here, that's a grass, but that is a chive seedling or two, no, just one little seedling there. And there's several more, like there's one there, There's some here. So they're kind of sprinkled all throughout the area. They're really tiny, really delicate, but pretty soon I should have a pretty big strip of chives that'll complement hopefully my strip of oregano that's going to be in the bed next to it. Over a little bit further down in the same bed with the chives, there's a few of these purple basils, really young, starting, but they're all kind of clustered in this area. So I don't know if this just is a good germination spot or if I didn't do a good job spreading the seeds when I set them down. But regardless, that's where those ended up at. The tomato plants need pruned horribly, but they are healthy. They're green, there's no spots on them. Nothing's chewing them up yet. Haven't seen anything that's eating them up. So that's all fine. Got a few early fruits on there. They're not mature yet, obviously. They're still green, but doing fine. This is a cherry tomato, and again, I knew that I know both of these really need to be trimmed, and oh goodness me, what's the word that I'm looking for? They need to be manicured some. So at any rate, it's got one down here that's starting to get mature. I'm gonna wait until the whole cluster there is a little bit more mature, and then try to harvest them all together. But tomato plants look good. In between these two tomato plants, there's another basil. This one I think I got from the greenhouse, if I remember correctly, and it's doing fine. I've had to deadhead it a couple times because it did want to go to seed. We wanted to bolt, but otherwise that's doing good. And then these next few beds are the ones that I just cleared out. So they look a lot cleaner than maybe some of the previous beds we just got into looking at. And it's actually time to start planting for the fall. So if you guys haven't started yet, there's a whole nother growing season after the summer that goes all the way through October and even into November. So if you didn't get things started earlier, it's not too late. Go ahead and get that garden started and start planting for the fall, because that's what I'm getting ready to do here pretty soon. Get some of those cruciferous greens out, like the cabbages and the kales. Get some lettuce greens back out. Do another strip of arugula like I did over here, which was really successful for me. So anyways, it's that time of year, so do it up. That's my garden update. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll hit you guys up later.